welcome back to my channel. I'm Savannah and today I'm breaking my book buying ban. So at the beginning of this year, I went on a book buying ban because I felt like my physical TBR was getting a little bit out of control, but it's not a complete total book buying ban because I allowed myself a couple of occasions where I was allowed to buy books. Some of those occasions included buying trophies of books that I absolutely loved that I read on Kindle or borrowed from the library. I also allowed myself to buy sequels in series if I'm reading the entire series. But the biggest way that I allowed myself to buy a new book was through my book bingo sheets. So in my book journal, I started making these book bingo sheets where I put in prompts, and with each book that I read, I was allowed to color in one of the boxes that fit the prompt of the book that I had just read. And once I reached 4 across, then I was able to redeem that book bingo card for a new book. And luckily, I have just completed my most recent book bingo sheet, which means that I can allow myself to go buy one new book today at the bookstore, so you're gonna come along with me. So let me show you what the book bingo card looks like, and after that, we're gonna head to the bookstore. So this is my book journal, and when we open it up, you can see some of the spreads that I have. So this was my first ever book bingo card, and it has already been redeemed, but I essentially make this layout and I randomly pick all the different prompts and their positions on the bingo card. And as I read a book, I can fill in one of the squares until I eventually fill in 4 in a row or all 4 corners to be able to redeem a new book. So this is the first one that I ever did, and I've actually just finished my second one. Here is the second book bingo card that I've just finished. In case you're curious, these are the prompts that I had on this book bingo card, and these are the ones that I was able to color in with the books that I was reading. So for this one in particular, I could only use books that I had on my physical TBR, so those are the only ones that got counted here. First, I colored in title starts with the word the, and this was colored in after I read The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune. Next, I colored in first of a series. This one was colored in after I read Fourth Wing. Next, I colored in Title Without an A. This was colored in after I read Circe. Then I colored in Even Number of Pages. This was colored in after I finished Hopeless by Elsie Silver, the last book in the Chestnut Springs series. Here we have Flowers on the cover. This one was colored in after I finished Ready or Not by Cara Bastone. Next, we have Title Without a U. This one was colored in after I finished Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. Then we have Romance. This one was colored in after I finished Summer Romance by Annabelle Monaghan. And lastly, we have Black or White cover. This one was colored in after I finished The Rose Bargain by Sasha Payton Smith because I have the special edition version of this one, and that one has mostly a white cover. So as you can see, I've reached 4 in a row with these 4 prompts, and now that means that I can redeem it for a new book. So now that I reached bingo, I'm allowing myself to break my book buying ban, so let's go to the bookstore and see what we can find. Okay, we are back from the bookstore. It's a couple days later. I still wanted to show you all what I ended up picking up. I did end up getting 2 books, which is one more than I was supposed to, but I'll show you them and I'll tell you why I picked them out. I'm really excited to show you both of them, so let's get into it. So the first book I picked up is The Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. It's the first book in the Farseer trilogy. I haven't read anything by Robin Hobb, but I've heard that this is a really great trilogy to get into when you're starting to get into fantasy. So this book follows Fitz, who's the son of the noble prince Chivalry, raised in the shadow of the royal court by his father's gruff stableman. He's treated as an outcast by all the royalty except the devious King Shrewd, who has him secretly tutored in the arts of the assassin. And this says, soon he will face his first dangerous, soul-shattering mission, and though some regard him as a threat to the throne, he may be the key to the survival of the kingdom. So this one seemed really interesting. I've been getting really into fantasy. I've been watching more fantasy shows, reading more fantasy books, and I thought this would be a good one to add to the TBR and to get to soon, hopefully. And the second book I got is actually a novella, which is why I thought it was okay to break my book buying ban a little bit for this one. So this is Thorn Hedge by T. Kingfisher. This is another author that I've heard a lot of really good things about that I'm excited to give a go. So this one is a princess is trapped in a tower. This isn't her story. It follows Toadling. On the day of her birth, she's stolen from her family by the fairies, but grew up safe and loved in the warm waters of fairyland. Once she's an adult, the Fae ask a favor of her to return to the human world and offer a blessing of protection to the newborn child, but nothing with fairies is ever simple. Centuries later, a knight approaches a towering wall of brambles. He's heard there's a curse here that needs breaking, but it's a curse Toadling will do anything to uphold. So I thought this one sounded really interesting as well, and it is a novella. It's really quite short. It's only a little bit over 100 pages, and I thought this would be a great way to kind of find out if I like T. Kingfisher's writing and will make me more excited to pick up some books by them in the future. So these are the 2 books that I got. I know I was only supposed to get 1, but I ended up with 2, and I'm really happy with the both of them, and I'm really excited to give them a read. But that also means that I am back on my book buying ban until I fill out my next bingo card, which if you're interested in seeing that next bingo card, please let me know, and maybe I can do more videos talking about my book bingo and taking you along when I'm able to break my book buying ban. But if you enjoyed this video, please let me know down below and let me know if you want to see more videos like this one. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you stick around for more in the future, and I'll see you soon. Bye!